What's going on, everyone? This is Safe on Talk, and we have to talk about this new harvest node. And when I first started using this node, I thought this is absolutely ridiculous for multiple reasons. And I was like, I need to do a video on this. And I went into YouTube and I typed in 3.22 harvest strategy or new harvest node, anything like that. None of the big YouTube creators or any YouTube creators are talking about this new node. And I was like, oh, I'm getting in on this. Like, this needs to happen. This node is not only amazing for farming harvest, but it turns it into a minor strategy game. It gives it a little bit more of a chance aspect, but not a huge one, which is always great in any mechanic. You know, you always get that high kind of pulling the slot machine lever. You get, get a chance of a bigger, payout, that kind of thing. Except, this doesn't cost you anything really. You're just running maps and doing it. So I am going to go over how to do it, what it does, the atlas, what you should kind of strive for, and then, let's just get into it. So, what node are we talking about? Well, we are talking about the new crop rotation node that was introduced in 3.22. And what this does, it says, harvest crops in your maps contain only tier 1 plants. Harvesting crops in your maps has a chance to upgrade the tier of the plants of different colors. So when I first read this, and like a lot of you, I thought it meant that every crop starts at low tier, which is true, and then every time you did one of another color, it has a chance to upgrade it by 1. So, a 1 becomes a 2, which becomes a 3, which becomes a 4, and so on and so forth. That is not the case. It is random. Seems like, and I've run quite a few of these, it seems like it works kind of like the divination card gamble, where if you have 4 cards, it has a chance of giving you 0 back, or 1 back, or 2, or 3, or your 4 original back, or 5, or 6, or 7, or doubling it to 8. That is how the tier of plants work with this node, which means very often, I'd say more than 50% of the time, we'll end up with a crop that looks like this. But it can get crazier than that. I have had times where a node will have a boss and 6 or 7 blues on it, and give me like 2,000 life force of a color without juicing it. I'm running a lot of times just 50% quantity maps because my build is very glass cannon, and I cannot just blindly elk and go trying to level at the same time because I will die. And not only that, the randomness gives it kind of a gamble, which I think every good mechanic needs to have, a little bit of a gamble, and it makes it more of a strategy game a little bit. It's not too complicated. We're going to be going over some examples. And by the way, get followed over on safeontalk.twitch, because all tonight and the next couple nights and days, I will be doing this exclusively along with, a couple other league mechanics, but mostly focusing on the harvest, explaining each situation, so you can choose which plans more wisely, because although it's not that complicated, there are some scenarios that you could be doing something a little bit smarter and get a little bit more payout. Now, for my Atlas tree, this Atlas tree is no role model and does not claim to be. I don't have a lot of orbs of unmaking. I basically, ever since I started the league, I started just doing map sustain to finish my Atlas, and then I was curious how this node worked because I already wanted to run a little bit of harvest for farming. I like harvest. Harvest is always an amazing way to make currency at any point in the league, really. So I V-lined it over to here. I got this, realized how damn strong and borderline broken it is, and then went, oh yeah, we're doing this. So then I, took the nodes that made harvest happen more often, here and here, the ones that give you quantity to your harvest, life force, and then the ones up here. This one is very important because this one gives 10% chance for unchosen crop to not wilt. Say you are targeting for a group of yellow crops to get as high as possible, and you are doing, there's, a blue and a purple crop. You click on that one, say you click on the blue crop, it will upgrade the yellows to a random amount. And then if the other crop doesn't wilt, and that's say another blue or something, that one will also upgrade it again, and it has a random chance to double it or do whatever. So it just exponentially increases the crop you are trying to target farm. And we'll explain that in a minute. Like I said, I'm going to do some examples. I'll do them near the end of the video, and I'll be doing them all on Twitch and streaming them also. So ignore a lot of this. I got these quantity right here to help with that, and the harvest nodes. Those are just the major takeaways. I love this so much. I was like, you know what? All my extra points are going into harvest and making this more profitable. And it has been very, very profitable. All right, so now we are at our first harvest. When you're doing harvest, it will look like this on the mini-map, this little blue entrance right here, and it will say Sacred Grove. Now, I have not gone in here yet. This could be a crap one. This could be a great one. I don't believe in editing the footage to like try and pump up the result by just showing you the good ones. So if we go in here, it's a bad one. I'm going to do it anyway as an example of how this works. If it's a good one, then great. And good or bad depends on the amount of plants. This is a normal one. Because of the nodes, it's got 4. Sometimes you can get super unlucky, get 3. Sometimes get really lucky and get 5. So what are we looking at here? Well, first you want to think about which life force you want to be focusing on. The 2 ones that are most worth it right now on the Trade League, all 3 of them aren't that bad, but the most by a small margin are blue and yellow. So we want to target one of those 2. So what do I want, blue or yellow? Well, for me, I know right now I have about 8,000 blue essence in my stash, and I'm really close to getting enough divines for Unnatural Instinct. So I want to just finish up this blue life force divine so that I can get that. So for this, I'm going to target yellow, or for blue, I'm sorry. I'm going to target blue. So these are going to be the last ones I do. And this is nice because there is only 1 double blue. If there was 2 double blue, that would suck, because that means I have a pair of crops that has 0 chance of upgrading the blues because they will be the same color. Remember, to upgrade, they have to be the other color. So this purple is going to attempt to upgrade these yellow and these blue. And since there's only 1 set of 2 blue, that is perfectly fine. There's always, you know, I can upgrade the blue on every option. Now, you want to start with the ones that you don't want, and right now that is purple essence I don't want. Not that I don't want it, I will take it if I have to, because it's not like it's worthless at all. It's just a little bit worth less than the other 2. Is I will take this purple to upgrade, try to upgrade these right here, and then I will take this purple because I'm hoping that on my way to upgrade these blue, these 2 purple will upgrade this yellow a little bit, so I still get a little bit of decent yellow essence. And you can see all of these plants start at tier 1. Now you're thinking, oh, I thought tier 1 would be 1 blue. No, it looks like this. There is nothing. There is a lot of white monsters that come out, but it is nothing. So let's just click on this. I'm running a low tier map, tier 8, I think, because I am very glass cannon and I don't want to die for the video. So I did those purple, so it's going to upgrade these 2. Now I'm going to go down and do this purple. You can see this yellow got an extra one because it would have started with these 2. So that got upgraded. Now we're going to do this purple. See that blue's already starting to get one. And see this yellow. See, now I upgraded these yellows, so I'm going to get some yellow essence out of this. This one didn't wilt, so it's going to upgrade this blue. And my mic fell. I need a new microphone arm bad. Like, comment, subscribe. We can do this yellow. Now, sometimes I don't understand the reason, but you know when you click the node and then it like jumps over, you have to click it again. I've had ones that have upgraded in between this click. I don't know if it's a bug, and I don't fully understand it. It's incredibly weird. Also, when there is a plant that doesn't wilt, say this was a blue, and I took the yellow, when it doesn't wilt and it goes away, when it comes back, it's upgraded also. So there are so many opportunities for the plants to just upgrade a random amount. It's absolutely crazy. So now I'm going to get this yellow, which again will upgrade those blue down there, and I'm hoping to get at least 1 solid node of that blue. So let's see what we got down here, what we ended up with. So we got a 4 and a 2. Usually you will get a 5 or 6. This is only slightly unlucky. A 4 is still not bad. And this really shows how it's amazing. I was able to target farm a 4. You know, usually if you go to harvest and you want a certain color, if it has 2 blue on 2 different nodes, it is golden. And this could always not will. Now it did. But still, I was able to target farm my blue essence. And I'm not using any sextants or anything like that. I'm not forcing the harvest of sextants. I'm not using the expensive sextant to get double, you know, blue life force and stuff like that. And it still, you know, turns out okay. That was a slightly below average one. Usually it's going to upgrade more than that. Like I've said, I've gotten 8s. I've gotten 9s. I haven't gotten double digits yet, but I know it's possible. I've gotten 7s and an orange boss. And then, you know, the other crop didn't will, and that was like a 7 or an 8, I remember. I don't remember exactly. I just remember I got 2,500 life force on like a 70% quant map. It was crazy. But yeah, that is it. I'm going to run a couple more. Hopefully we get a little bit better luck so I could show you the really big payouts. If not, it's not a big deal. You will see them. Believe me. Alright, the very next map I ran, it was right at the entrance, and it is a 5-1. And it looks like there is one node I want to target. And that is because I want to target this blue one right here. And the reason for that is there are 2 yellows, which means these have 0 chance of upgrading any yellow plants. Yellow is dead in this. Don't target it. It's not that big a deal. We're going to start with these 2 purples, and hopefully these 2 yellows will get, you know, maybe a 1 tier. But other than that, I am going for this blue right here. Okay? I don't want to go for this blue because it has a purple, and I want to use that to try and upgrade these a little bit before I target this blue right here. Okay? So I am going to do this purple. This purple. This yellow. Neither of these got tier 1. It's okay. These 2 yellows got a tier 2, so that's just bonus. And for the record, this is a 86% map. It's not super high. I just have these quant, which helps a lot to kind of boost that a little bit. So there, this was already a worthwhile node even before. Before I show the blue, like I said, this is not guaranteed, but more likely than not, it will be high, and it's a 3. Okay. So again, not the greatest of luck, but this didn't wilt, and we got to target farm a blue 3. Not the best luck for the video, but like I said, I don't believe in editing to try and bump something up. You're not always going to get lucky. But the thing is, even though I didn't get lucky, this was still solid. Ooh, I didn't see him. And remember I said that blue had a chance because this didn't wilt. That blue had a chance to upgrade this when it came back. It looks like it did or it didn't. I think it actually downgraded it. 9 times out of 10 it will upgrade the nodes, but it can downgrade it. It is the risk of the draw. It is kind of like that divination card farm. It sounds risky. It's not. Like I said, in the 2 examples I showed you, that was bad luck, and I was still able to get a couple couple yellows, a guaranteed 4. I got a guaranteed 3 there with a non-wilting yellow, and then another 2 yellow down here. It's just great. It's just amazing in 2 maps. You know, getting some solid essence here. With bad luck, those 2 are 11 chaos. That one's 10 chaos. This purple's nothing. It's 0.4. That's why we don't target it. Okay. This is an example of the worst luck you can get as I'm ripping through some of these. 2 double blue nodes, so you can't target blue. There's only 3, and the last one's purple. This is the worst you will ever get. I don't think I've ever gotten one this bad. This is the third one that I was going to show you, but obviously this is a waste of time. I would still do this, but this will probably only be a tier 1 plant. I don't even know if it's worth it. I actually don't know if I would actually do this. It's just another example to show you if you get really, really bad luck on harvest. All right, here's the fourth one that I ran into. Excuse me. It looks like we are going to focus these 2 yellow because there are 2 double blues, so we're going to lose the upgrade for one of these and also the 2 purple, and there's a blue and a yellow right here, which means we will pick the blue. So the only thing that is going to upgrade these double blues is this 1 purple. So basically everything is going to be trashed, but we want to target these double yellows. So we are going to go up to the purple. Now, if you get the gist of this strategy, you can move ahead with the video. Maybe just watch the outro, because I do have another tip or 2 for it. But let's just finish this up. Now, this is relatively simple 9 times out of 10. Once you get the hang of it, it'll be obvious which ones you should choose. There are some scenarios that happen rarely. Oh, and see, this one didn't wilt, so that's going to upgrade these randomly too. Might help with a bigger payoff. Now, like I said, there is a chance for you to downgrade some of these a little bit. It's not a high chance. Usually they will upgrade. But before I do these last 2, I'm going to peek at the yellow and see they're at 2, so I want them a little higher. So they probably downgraded one time. So hopefully this will bump them up. See, there we go. This one turned into a 5. Sorry about that. This is average. I usually at least get 1 5. Okay, sometimes this will be a 4. Right now it's a 3, so if it doesn't wilt, we get a 5 and a 3. That's the equivalent of finding a harvest that has a tier 2 blue monsters, 2 blue monsters, 2 blue monsters, 2 blue monsters. Like, you get 4 crops, they all have a yellow, and they all have 2. That is the dream in a lot of scenarios. So this is just an amazing way to target farm the colors that you want, and it didn't wilt. So now I'm going to get a 5 and a 3. So let's do this one. Get that sweet, sweet life force. And then we'll do the 3. And this is common. It was the 4th one. The first 2 we got were average, still got great life force. The 3rd one was absolute garbage, and the 4th one was a good example of what the average one looks like when I do these. So me dicking around in this video, going slowly, I made 1,600 yellow essence and 780 blue essence. It is, I don't want to say broken, but for farming currency, something that once you get good at it, and you move faster, because I'm not explaining it, I move faster. I just go click, kill everything, click, kill everything, boom, done, I'm out. I have made this build very quickly with the help of this node. It is just amazing, and I highly suggest doing it. Now, one more thing before I end the video is the node that makes it so that you get an extra harvest, 50% chance to contain an additional harvest. This one is important, Okay, this one is mandatory. This one's important. This one's great. Everything else is just, it helps even more. Obviously, the more you see harvest helps a lot too. This, because obviously you get an additional harvest, you get a chance to upgrade another color plant at least once, maybe even twice if you have this, and the other one doesn't will. Now, if you don't know anything about harvest and all that was very confusing to you, I have multiple other videos, beginning strategies. My You're Overthinking It strategy explains harvest. In both of those, you can go watch those as a basics for harvest, but keep in mind, some of those tips do not matter when you are running this node crop rotation for this strategy. Alright guys, so that is it. I will put anything else I think of while I'm editing the video. There's almost always something. I didn't talk about sextants. There are sextants that could make this technically stronger, but the more I think about it, actually, I don't think they would, because the one powerful sextant that doubles the it doubles the amount of life force you get from a certain color, also makes that color to appear on every plant, and that is not great because that means you're going to get a lot of double plants. Say you want the yellow one, you get the yellow sextant, you're using that compass, you're going to get a lot of double yellow, which means they are not going to upgrade each other, which can be bad. So I actually think this is perfect and actually stronger without sextants. There's probably a couple you could use that would make it a little bit better, but off the top of my head, I think running this just normal, straight out the box, not thinking about it, is the way to do it, and do it now. This channel isn't that big. I don't think a huge amount of people are going to see this, so I don't think it is going to pop off and destroy the life force economy if more people do this. So yeah, jump on it. It's great. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. If you want to see more POE content, go follow over on twitch.tv/SafeOnTalk, and we'll see you guys next time.